It's 2025, I work full-time, and I'm going to be starting my master's degree here in about 3 weeks. 4, I think. So what's the natural thing to do right now is to sit down and decide that I'm going to start a YouTube series by playing Minecraft. I loaded up a game, and the game decided that the lush forest of Argentina was a good place for me to start my. So I collected some wood, and I spent, I kid you not, 3 minutes building a crafting table. Then I remembered if I'm playing hardcore, I'm going to need food. And what was right in front of me at the moment? A cow. Looked around at this gorgeous forest that I was in, and then I non-discriminately beat up a black sheep and a white sheep, and found this gorgeous lake, and I figured, man, this spot is perfect. I am going to build my house right here in this place. So I built a shovel, and then I got to digging cause I needed shelter, and I needed a whole lot of dirt for my shelter.
Hello.
Because of those people. I'm afraid of zombies, I'm afraid of monsters, I need a place to sleep. So I made myself a prison cell out of the only thing I could find. Dirt. And I went to bed in my dirt cell. And then came day 2, where I quickly realized that I am about to die of hunger, because apparently that's something you have to worry about in Minecraft of all games. So I built an oven, and I got to cooking some food.
So good and tasty.
And let me tell you, the food worked some magic. I then proceeded to decorate my house a little more, and by decorate, I mean I added another layer of dirt, because once again, that's all I had at the moment. I added me a door to actually turn it into the prison cell that it is, and then I added a stove and a crafting table and a lantern, because, well, I needed some light and I kind of get scared in the dark. You know, everyone does that. So then I went to bed, and then came day 3. And this is the day where we really start figuring out how we're going to do things around here. So I went exploring. I found an alien block, and then I went back and took a look at this gorgeous bay. And this is the plan that I set in place. So I'm going to build a mansion over here on this side. And then I'm going to build a nice little village over on the right side, and a harbor on the left side to turn this bay into a gorgeous city. I then spent the rest of the day collecting as much wood as I could, and then I went to bed to rest and prepare for the big project ahead. Now here comes day 4, and this is where I get, oh, hi little piggy, and this is where I get to start building the foundation for my house. So here's the thing, I don't have all the resources to build that gorgeous mansion that I talked about earlier, so we're gonna do the second best thing. We're going to build a small residential home with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, because that's all I can afford right now. After finishing up the foundation, I needed to make a walkway, I don't know what to call this thing. It road to my home from the sea. Yeah. I made myself a nice wooden staircase with a little dock at the end of it, which is where my boat will go that I will use for exploring later. And then I saw this drowned over there, and I figured, yeah, I can take on the drowned. And needless to say, it hurt a lot. Ran away, had my food, and then realized it started chasing me, like it now all of a sudden had beef. But then it just died, cause, well, for unknown supernatural reasons, I guess. I'm not sure yet, but I hope more of them die to that magical fire. Anywho, I brought my boat back home into my dock, and it fit so nicely in there. It made me really happy with how cute it was. I then decided to build my foundation of my house around all the wildlife that is harassing me at this point in the midst of my construction. That I am not getting paid enough to deal with all of these animals while I'm building. But regardless, I finished the house, well, the base at least, there's the piggy again, and decided to wrap it up for the night. Or I thought I would, until this happened. Yeah, I didn't know what to do, so I just stared at it until it went away, and then I went to bed. And then here came day 5, where I went to collect material so I could start building my house. Now, You see this chasm over here that we're about to run into? Remember this. This will be important. Then I got to building. My artistic ingenuity dictated that I needed a fancy walkway and a pair of doors. Yeah. Okay, this is where I give a quick design briefing of the house. So I went with a nice checkered floor, a panoramic bedroom view that would view the entire sea, lake, whatever, this cool little circular tunnel into the work area from the living room. I added these two windows to the living room, and then there will be a fireplace to the left somewhere. Okay, now after about 9 days into this hardcore world, I had what looked like a good house. So I went to collect some more wood to finish up the rooftop. Now, you remember that chasm from earlier that I told you guys about? Well, I forgot about it. Now, you know what they say, every end is a new beginning. And fortunately for me, this new beginning happened to be right by the ocean, which was the beginning of my ocean adventure. After days and days of exploring the hard, brutal seas, I finally made landfall here at this island. Went atop the nearest hill by, and I looked at this magnificent view, and I decided this is where I would call home. I don't know why I started talking like a medieval adventurer before, but ignore that. Anywho, I built myself this little platform for my house for now, And then I built this little dock, which I added my boat back to because I really can't go anywhere without my boat. It's my life. And then I added a fence, and then 60 more. Then I added this little pillar out of dark oak to the corner. Oh, and 3 more pillars. This is what we call editing magic. And then I proceeded to build a second floor, which went horribly at first, so I had to delete all of it and then build it again in a whole different direction because I suck at planning. But after some work, this is kind of what it looked like half a second floor. We'll come back to this later. Anywho, I decided to build a rooftop the way people would normally build rooftops here in Minecraft, and then I realized that this really sucks and it looks bad. So I switched it up with this log design. I finished it up, and then I realized that I forgot to add a whole section to it, so I had to go back and spend about 3 business days finishing up the last section. But after a whole lot of work, this is what we ended up with. And it looks awesome. And I was super happy with how it turned out. And so I decided to add some more detail to it with these support beams that I kind of added all over the rooftop to the sides. And then I quickly realized that the color was a bad choice because it blended in almost perfectly into the ceiling. You'll see what I mean here in a second. Look at it. It's the same color. You can't see it. So I switched it up with this color. And now this looks so much better. It contrasts so good with the color of the dark oak. And it gives a nice little bit of detail to the house. So now that the outside of the house was done, it was time to go to bed and get started on the inside. For the inside, first things first, I had to finish the second floor. I finished it up, and then I realized something's missing, so I cooked me up some glass, and then I filled up the top half of the floor with a whole bunch of glass panels, and it looked like that by the end of it, and I really liked it. Then I realized the top stairs is too narrow, there isn't really any room for anything, so I extended it by one more row, column, one more segment, I don't know. Then I realized that I still goofed it up and it's still too narrow and I can't fit my bed. So I went ahead and redesigned all of it, fit that nice twin bed up there. And then I kid you not, I spent 10 minutes trying to figure out how to make a door. And then I gave up. And I just went with this barn door. If anyone knows how I can fix this, please let me know because I don't know. Added the kitchen, because let me tell you, as a Middle Eastern, we take our kitchen seriously. Then I added this armor stand on top to add just a little bit of color to the upstairs area. Put a nice campfire on my wooden floor, because that's a very bright idea, with a nice lounge area for chilling. My little brother helped me with this lounge design. And with that, the house was pretty much complete. Oh, and I added this gold armor that I found from a ruined gate, a nether portal, a ruined portal. Yeah, that's what it's called, a ruined portal. And then I put it up there because it looked awesome. And with that, I mean, it is done. And just look at it, dude. It turned out so much better than I expected it would. The roof line looks awesome. The general design is great with the little dog. And at night, you can see the campfire glowing. And overall, just a really homey, cozy design vibe going on with it. And we're gonna call it good here for the first part of our adventure. And we'll come back here again later to explore some more.